As Janarion Grant, a dangerous return man. 4 career kickoff returns for touchdowns in his Rutgers career. We're underway from Husky Stadium. Grant will bring it up. And he's brought down shy of the 15-yard line. He's won nearly 82% of his games at Boise and here at Washington. Janarion Grant and a touchback out to the 25. And that matchup and offensive coordinator Jonathan Smith, any chance they get.
Every time, Rox.
From the 25, Chris Laviano at quarterback. And the handoff goes up the middle to Justin.
Because they weren't completely sure what they would get from Rutgers.
Here's Janarion Grant trying to get him in space. Cuts it back in. Gets across the 30. It'll bring up 10-0. Chris Laviano pumps. Under pressure. Laviano finally just throws it away. Laviano play action. Looking for Janarion Grant. And Grant makes an acrobatic catch, but he's pushed out of bounds. Incomplete. JoJo McIntosh defensively for the Huskies.
It's matched up initially with Sidney Jones. Very nice delivery of the football as Jones comes in there. The right foot touches down first, out of bounds. Janarion Grant is really their version for Rutgers of John Ross, a very speedy, shifty wide receiver who hasn't gotten the football with the volume of touches throughout his career.
Husky Stadium starting to shake a little bit. The crowd coming alive on 3rd and 10. Grant in motion. Blitz picked up. Now Laviano under pressure. And he's sacked, lost the football. Washington.
They're running off the field celebrating. Now Rutgers bringing tempo.
Laviano on the move to Janarion Grant. Stops shy of a first down and takes a big.
See a step forward.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down 9. Laviano to the outside, and it's a Rutgers first down. On
body control on the solid surface like the football game. So those two things, Deshaun Jackson and Sam, helping him get back on the field big time.
Nowhere for Janarion Grant to go as the Huskies.
You call Usain Bolt, Lewis. We all saw it.
Yeah, but he was walking to the mix zone. I got to admit it.
On 2nd down, Laviano under pressure again. Escapes and now just throws it away. He was 14. Final play of the first quarter. Rutgers can't wait for this quarter to end. And it can't end soon enough.
Elijah Qualls lined up outside on the edge, 320 pounds.
Chris Laviano from his end zone. Out toward the sideline. And Goodwin, who was primarily a 3rd down back last year for Rutgers. Matt Flanagan with the catch.
Picking up small chunks of yardage.
On the move, Laviano to Janarion Grant. And Grant fights his way down to the 35 and has a few words for Azim Victor after the play.
Janarion Grant, he's a bit of an Azim Victor type on the offensive side of the football. Very feisty little player.
6 yards, Rutgers quickly to the line. Laviano keeps. Laviano runs for a first down. Nice. At the Washington 27. Laviano quickly gets rid of it. And it's Archie Diacono. 7. Laviano out to Janarion Grant. And he's wrapped up. Janarion Grant in motion. Laviano steps up. Laviano to Goodwin, and he can't reach it. Janarion Grant in motion. From the Rutgers 30, Chris Laviano, and a quick hit. It's complete to go.
Let's say Tim Tebow just because he's in the news.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Not for football anymore. Archie Diacono the catch. Pushed out by Azim Victor.
Off season as this new coaching staff came in for Rutgers.
On 2nd down, Laviano slings it out to Josh Hicks. And their debut with Luke Falk. And then capping it off tonight from the desert down in Tempe, Arizona State against NAU. And here, Vernon Adams in a shootout with Washington in a 59-52 Washington win.
7 touchdowns all told. He lit them up.
Chris Laviano, the pass in
the country to defense with a new scheme, new coordinator. It's a big stop for them.
Tristan Vizcaino, the punter who has been bored so far today. Chris Laviano, the Rutgers quarterback, back to work. From the 34, slings it out to Janarion Grant, and a short gain is
22 plays, 107 yards.
Here's Grant again, sidesteps JoJo McIntosh, gets out across the 40 where Janarion Grant lined up at quarterback, and the running back is Josh Hicks. Grant to the outside, first down, and Grant pushed out shy of midfield by JoJo McIntosh.
Janarion Grant has always been outstanding in run after catch situations once he gets the ball in his hands. A reference, a comparison between he and John Ross. He's not quite as big as John Ross, probably not as fast, but few are. Remember that game versus Washington State? Nearly beat the Cougs by himself.
A dump off to Nick Arcidiacono, and he gets into Husky.
See some of the young Huskies in the stands.
A late season win against Army, he played safety. A deep shot from Laviano, and it's broken up incomplete. 5 yards a carry, and also, as Anthony alluded to, played effective defense last year. Janarion Grant, the catch, and runs for a first down, upended by Darren Gartenhire. I hope Dante's dad, Gary Pettis, able to watch. He's the third base coach for the Houston Astros. Longtime major leaguer. Janarion Grant on the return, and Grant trying to counter. Grant goes down. Solid return by
you're making. Chris Ash made it hard on him.
Ball dropped by Nick Arcidiacono. Honorable mention all Pac-12 academic. Back to return is Jawan Harris. For Rutgers, as Vizcaino gets a high punt, calling for a fair catch, and Harris makes it. Big Ten, just their third year. As the additions of Rutgers and Maryland. Laviano intercepted. Brandon Beaver hauled down inside the 5 as Janarion Grant hustles to make the tackle, preventing the touchdown. The senior, Brandon Beaver, steps into the passing lane and nearly took it back for a score.
It's the coverage I used to call cash, where you allow the over-the-top defender to play the deep half. Brandon Beaver almost cast in these high expectations. The Prove It shirts, though, that we've been sort of revisiting throughout the broadcast. They're proving it in spades today.
Vizcaino with the kickoff. Janarion Grant on the return. Grant drags a couple of tacklers out across the 35-yard line for Laviano. Out to Justin Goodwin. And Goodwin close to the first in their opener against Norfolk State. Safe to say they won't get close to that today. Laviano incomplete. Pressure. This is the first meeting between the two programs as Janarion Grant in the Wildcat keeps, runs close to a first down. Look again for Grant on third down. And Grant cuts it back, tripped up by Tevis Bartlett.
Come up just to kind of test their mettle.
Wildcat for Grant. First down, Rutgers down to the 15. Positive heading into their home opener next week. Laviano fires, and at the 5-yard line, pushed out of bounds.
Field now, Jared Pulu, 56 in. Benning Patoi coming off the edge.
Laviano incomplete. 4th career touchdown return on a kickoff. As the punt by Tristan Vizcaino, and a short one is Janarion Grant calling for a fair catch at the Rutgers 35-yard shooting all.
Yeah.
Play action from Chris Laviano. Down the sideline for Grant. Nice catch, twisting in the air. And Janarion Grant gets inside the Washington 20-yard line.
Wanted to test them physically, wanted to test them mentally, have them bond together in that type of difficult training camp atmosphere.
Grant from the Wildcat, touchdown Rutgers. Back looking like he was going to throw, and then darted through the left side in a 10-yard touchdown run, and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights get their first touchdown here today.
And while the defenders may have not completely bought the thought that Janarion Grant was going to throw the football, if there's even a hair of hesitation from the opposing linebackers, Janarion Grant speedy and swift enough to make it count.
And Washington